Hello, library friends. Thank you for joining me at Storytime today. Let's get our hand ready and say hello to each other. Hello, how do you do? It's good to be with you. Hello, how do you do? It's good to be with you. Hello, how do you do? It's good to be with you. It's good to be with you at Storytime. Today, we're going to talk about this letter. Letter E, you're right. Letter E. It's a nice letter. It has lots of straight lines, this capital E does. Let's draw one in the air together. Let's get our finger and start at the top. And we'll make a straight line down, just like that. Now go back to the top and make a smaller line across. Go to the middle, another smaller line across. And to the bottom, and the third smaller line across. Just like that, a capital letter E. Let's sing hooray for 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 E today. Let's sing hooray for E. Nice. I have some very nice vocabulary words for you today. Let's have a look at them. Look at this one. What's that? It's an eyeball. It's an eye. How many eyes do you have? Do you have two? You do have two. So do I. 2 eyes. Let's sing about an eye. Let's sing. An eye starts with E. An eye starts with E. Let's sing hooray for E today. An eye starts with E. That sounds kind of funny, doesn't it? Look at this one. Do you know what this is? What is that? It's a giant bird. Do you know what kind of a bird that is? An emu. It's an emu. It's a very big bird. And you know, I do not think that emus live in Stonewall. Maybe at a zoo in Winnipeg, but mostly emus live, I think, in Australia. Shall we sing about an emu? Let's sing. Emu starts with E. Emu starts with E. Let's sing hooray for E today. Emu starts with E. I wonder what kind of a sound an emu makes. Do you know? I don't. Let's see. What else do I have? Look at this one. What is that? It's an ear. You're right. Do you have an ear? Do you? Do you have 2 ears? I bet you do. 1, 2. 2 ears. Should we sing about ear? Let's sing. Ear starts with E. Ear starts with E. Let's sing hooray for E today. Ear starts with E. It does. What else do I have? Ooh, what is this? You know what that is? It's a planet. It's Earth. That's the planet that we live on. Earth. That's a good one. And you know, I think I forgot to sign the letter E before. And now we have to do a sign for the word Earth. So the letter E, you sign it by putting your fingers over and your thumb underneath your fingers like that. That is a letter E in sign. Can you do that with your hand? Your fingers down and your thumb underneath like that. Good. So we did A, B, C, D, and now today, E, like that. Good. It's kind of tricky because your thumb has to be flat underneath your fingers like that. E. Now the sign for Earth, you have to take one hand and make it flat like that. In your other hand, I want you to put your middle finger and your thumb together like that and pinch your wrist and wiggle your hand. That's the sign for Earth. Pinch your wrist and wiggle your hand like that. Earth. That's the sign for Earth. Good. Let's sing about Earth. Let's sing. Earth starts with E. Earth starts with E. Let's sing hooray for E today. Earth starts with E. It does. It's a very beautiful planet. Planet Earth. Let's see what else I have. What's this, my friends? What are those? Eggs! You're right. I had an egg for breakfast today. Eggs. Now, do you know the sign for egg? So you pretend you're cracking an egg. You do this. You take your fingers, both your hands like this, crack your egg, and let it fall out of the shell. Crack, let it fall. That's the sign for egg. Crack, let it fall. That's the sign for egg. It's a good one. I like that one. Let's sing about eggs. Let's sing. Egg starts with E. Egg starts with E. Let's sing hooray for E today. Egg starts with E. Eggs are tasty. Let's see what else. Oh, it's the last one. Look at what I have. What's that? Elephant. A big creature. What do you think an elephant says? I think you're right. It makes a very good trumpeting noise, doesn't it, with its trunk? And do you know how to sign elephant? You take your hand and you make a trunk like this. That's the sign for elephant. An elephant trunk. Shall we sing about elephant? Let's sing. Elephant starts with E. Elephant starts with E. Let's sing hooray for E today. Elephant starts with E. Very nice. It is a very nice creature. Now, let's get the magic book bag out and see what's in store for us today. I have it right here. Here it is. Do you have your magical fingers with you today? Do you? So you know what to do. You wiggle your magical fingers. Mrs. Ransom will count to 3. Then you send me some magic. Okay? Are you wiggling? Wiggle, 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 wiggle. 1, 2, 3. Poof! Let me see. Oh, my friends, it worked. Look. A book in the book bag. And what's that? An elephant. We're just talking about an elephant. What a good book. This book is called Little Elephant's Trunk, and it was written by Hazel Lincoln. Now, Hazel Lincoln wrote all the words in this story, but she also drew all the pictures, so she's also the illustrator. Let's see what it's about. Are you ready to hear a story? Let's see. Maybe this way. Little Elephant's Trunk. Written and illustrated by Hazel Lincoln. All over the land there was great excitement. It was springtime, and springtime meant babies. Babies everywhere. The chimpanzee's mother clung tightly to the chimpanzee's baby clung tightly to its mother. The giraffe's baby nuzzled its mother's face, and the tortoise's baby struggled out of its shell. The hippo's baby took straight to the water. The zebra's baby hid in the long grass. And the springbok's baby ran and ran. The elephants had a new baby too. The whole family rumbled with pleasure as they gazed lovingly upon little elephant. Little elephant took his first wobbly steps and fell. Something long and gray was tripping him up. He struggled to his feet, and it happened again. But now his mother was calling. The herd was going to the river. Little elephant hurried alongside his mother, stumbling as he tried to keep up. He slipped down the riverbank and fell with a loud splash into the water. He looked down. A face looked back at him, and something odd dangled from the middle of his face. The strange thing was a trunk. Then he realized he was looking at himself, at his own reflection. He can see his trunk. What was the strange dangling thing for? Little Elephant didn't know, but he did know that he was thirsty. The zebra was drinking the water, but Little Elephant couldn't do that. His trunk got in the way. He looked at the big elephants. They dipped their trunks into the water, put them into their mouths, and drank. Little Elephant dipped his trunk into the water, put it to his mouth, and sucked carefully. The cold water was so good. Now the sun was burning down. The tortoise was shaded by his shell, but Little Elephant didn't have a shell. He looked at the big elephants. They were using their trunks to spray water over their backs. This looked like fun. Little Elephant trumpeted with delight as he joined the elephants in the shower. But now the herd was moving to their feeding ground on the far side of the river. Little Elephant followed his mother, but the water was very deep, and it kept getting into his trunk. In a panic, he scrambled back to the bank. The chimps swung across the river on vines, but Little Elephant didn't have any hands. He looked at the big elephants. They all had their trunks sticking up out of the water. They were breathing by snorkeling. Little Elephant crashed into the water, thrust his trunk toward the sky, and paddled happily to the other side. When he came out of the river, he sank into the thick, deep mud. The mud felt good in the hot sun, and he longed to cover his body with it. The hippos, with their short legs, wallowed in the mud, but Little Elephant's legs were too long. He looked at the big elephants. They picked up large dollops of mud with their trunks and threw them over their backs. Little Elephant tried it. He splattered the cool mud over himself. It felt wonderful. The herd was on the move again, pushing their way through the long grass. The grass was so high that Little Elephant couldn't see where he was going. He was afraid that he would lose his mother. The springboks leaped over the grass with their graceful legs as they followed their mothers, but Little Elephant's legs were thick and heavy. They were not made for jumping. He looked at the big elephants. They walked in a long line with Grandmother in the lead. Using its trunk, each elephant held the tail of the one in front. Quickly, Little Elephant lifted his trunk and grasped his mother's tail. Now he felt safe. At last the elephants reached the feeding ground. Little Elephant spotted some juicy-looking leaves, but they were just out of reach. The giraffes with their long necks nibbled delicately at the leaves, but Little Elephant's neck was very short. He looked at the big elephants. They curled their trunks around the leaves, tore them off, and put them into their mouths. After a little practice, he could reach the lowest leaves with ease. Delicious! The sun had started to dip below the horizon. It had been a long day for Little Elephant. He was very tired. He snuggled up close to his mother and felt something gently stroking him. It was her trunk. He curled his trunk around his mother's. What a very useful thing a trunk is after all, thought Little Elephant. Isn't that nice? It's like they're holding hands, but they're holding trunks. And it turns out that a trunk is a very useful part of the elephant, isn't it? This elephant did a lot of things with its trunk. What did it do? What was the first thing it did? What did he learn how to do? He learned how to drink with his trunk, didn't he? He learned how to have a shower with his trunk. He learned how to snorkel with his trunk. He learned how to spray mud on his back with his trunk. He learned how to hold on to his mama's tail with his trunk. He learned how to eat with his trunk. And he learned how to hold trunks, like holding hands. Such nice things for that elephant. Very nice creature an elephant is. Now, do you have a piece of paper and a pencil or a marker or a crayon? Go get that, and we will practice printing our letter E's. I have my whiteboard here. So, we are going to draw a capital letter E first. So you're going to take your marker and you're going to make a straight line down, like that. Then you're going to make 3 short straight lines across. One at the top, one in the middle, and one at the bottom, like that. Good, a capital letter E. Can you make one more? Let's do it again. A straight line down, like that. A short line across the top, a short line in the middle, and a short line at the bottom. Capital letter E. Can you do one more? Let's do one more. A big straight line down and 3 short lines. 1, 2, 3 across, like that. 3 capital letter E's. Good job. Now let's turn our paper over and we'll make some lowercase letter E's. Now a lowercase letter E has a short straight line and a curve. So let's do it together. We'll make a short straight line across like this. Okay, now we're going to make a curve. Start at that part of the short line, go around, touch it, and make a curve to the bottom like that. Can we try that again? They're a little tricky. Let's try it again. A straight line across like this. And then start your curved line, go up and over, touch your line, and end at the bottom like that. That's maybe a little, let's try it again. A straight line across, and your curve starts, goes up and over and down and curved. That one's a better one. Mrs. Ransom has a little bit hard time because I'm doing it upside down. These are lowercase letter E's. Now let's see what our uppercase E's look like that. And our lowercase ones. Keep practicing. It takes lots of practice to be able to print. But you're doing a good job. You are. Now, we should sing some ABCs like you sing them at home, or at school, or at daycare. You know these ABCs. Let's sing them together. Let's sing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? So fun to sing with you today. Now let's sing our ABCs the way we sing them at the library. let's get your hands and pat your legs in a rhythm all together at the same time. Are you ready? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E. The library's the place to be. F, G, H, I, J. Reading, reading every day. K, L, M, N, O. Reading helps your brain to grow. P, Q, R, S, T. Stories are for you and me. U, V, W, X, Y. All kinds of books for you to try. Z, 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 Z. Read and read and read, I said. I did say that. And it is a great day to read a story at your house. So when you read a story, I want you to look hard and see if you can find some uppercase letter E's or some lowercase letter E's in the story that you read today. Okay? That's your job. Good for you. Now, it's time to say goodbye. Can you take your thumbs and hide them so I can't see them? Where is my thumb? Where is my thumb? Here I am. Here I am. Did you have a good time? Yes, I had a good time. Time to go hide away. Where is my hand? Where is my hand? Here I am. Here I am. It's time to wave goodbye now. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye now. I'll see you next time at Storytime. And I will see you in a few more days. So until then, be kind to each other and wash your hands. Take care. Bye-bye.